Hey indie filmmakers, Griffin here with some exciting news for me and my film Sriracha, and for you if you live in Indiana or Oklahoma. That's where the film will be screening on a big movie theater screen pretty soon. In Indianapolis, we're doing an event on February 26th, and we started with 100 tickets for this indie theater that's going to be showing it. We're down to under 50 now. So if you want to check out that event, you should look at this link right here or click on the link in the video description. And it's only $5, just over $5, and there will be lots of gifts, and there'll be a Q&A with me, and the money doesn't even go to me, it just goes to the theater and the event organizers. But even more exciting is that I was just accepted into my first film festival. One of the reasons I did this film was to see if I could get into film festivals, and I just got accepted into the Bare Bones International Independent Film Festival in Muskogee, Oklahoma. And this is a film festival for films that have under a $1 million budget. So low budget films, mine is way lower than $1 million. But that is from April 3rd to 13th. I don't know when in there my film will screen yet, but it is an official selection. So once I figure out when exactly it'll screen, I'll let you know, but I'd love to see you there. Now, I've entered over 25 festivals at this point, and I knew a lot of them would probably reject me. So this is the first one I've gotten into, but I also have 3 so far that have just told me, nope, not this time. So those are Cinequest in San Jose, the Phoenix Film Festival just told me no, and the South by Southwest Film Festival in Austin, Texas that I went to last year, they also said no. But they got 4,300 short films this year. And as I was starting to finish my film, realizing it's going to be a 33-minute short film, I kind of made the choice, even though I kind of got into this for festivals, maybe I should make the film that I want to make and the film that I think the audience wants. And I don't want to gyp them on the length. And so I decided not to make it. I mean, I could have made it a lot shorter and maybe they would have taken it, but I didn't go that way. It's kind of funny because I feel like I'm at the end of like romantic comedy. Like in these kind of movies, the main character always thinks he wants, you know, one girl, and then he realizes through all these games, oh, I wanted her the whole time, or I didn't need a girl, or, you know, fulfillment in my life was right here. It's kind of like that. I got into this last year. I went to the South by Southwest Film Festival, and that's where I decided I should make a short documentary and see if I could be here next year. And that's what I was going for the entire year. And now that I've gotten to the end, it's like I realized, oh, I don't need to get into that film festival. It's a tough film festival to get into. And maybe that's not what I wanted all along. I wanted to make a different kind of film. And in the end, I got probably what I needed. I got a film. I got an audience for it. I got all these other cool experiences. And most of all, I realized I've started calling myself a filmmaker. And this is kind of a silly thing. I mean, language changes. I mean, just look at the word filmmaker. How many of us can even say literally that we use film? Not very many of us anymore. So I'm definitely in the literal sense not a filmmaker. But language means different things to different people. And I've always felt a little bit weird calling myself a filmmaker or calling what I do films. I've made thousands of videos in my career, but so many of them are not made to be shown in a theater. They're just like, you know, YouTube videos, tutorials, they're silly videos for film fights. I always felt weird on film fights calling them films. I just called them videos. And for a long time I've called myself a professional videographer or a video producer. And it's all semantics. I mean, I'm not saying you can't call yourself a filmmaker. I'm just saying I didn't call myself a filmmaker for a long time because personally I felt like there were some achievements I needed to get to before I was comfortable using that term. And in the last year, I think doing this kind of project, this is the most ambitious project I've ever worked on. It's maybe the most time consuming. It's definitely the most expensive. And I did it with the intention of showing it on a big screen. I really thought about it as a film. And I successfully crowdfunded it and I found an audience for it. And now it's actually going to show on theater screens. And I got it into a film festival. And I got so much great press. But it's funny because it's actually kind of the couple negative articles I got, the critiques of my film, that made me feel like a filmmaker, that someone actually cares enough to watch my film and say bad things about it. Like it's that important to them, this film. So now I really do feel like I've kind of leveled up in my career and I'm comfortable now calling myself a filmmaker. I feel like I've I don't know, it was just a personal thing I needed to do. And these were the goals I set forth for myself, and I feel like I got there. So I'm just really excited to have that now. And I'm curious what you guys think. I want to know in the comments, how do you define a filmmaker? Do you call yourself a filmmaker? And I'm not saying you should or shouldn't, but I imagine all of us have something in our lives, some goal that we want to get to. And I just want you to think about, what are the things right now between where you are and what that goal is? For me last year, I was at a film festival and I just thought, I think I'm good enough now to do what the people here, these directors, are doing. And I just took the steps this last year to get there, and I'm really excited that I did. So I want to see you do that too. What is it that you think you need to do to level up, to get to that next step? Maybe it's to call yourself a filmmaker. Maybe it's just to call yourself, you know, a great director. I mean, I think filmmaker is not a term that anyone can give you. I think it's something you have to give yourself. You have to earn from yourself. So I would just love to hear what your aspirations are and what you think you need to do to get there. And I'd love to see you do it. So that's it for today. I just wanted to explain what's going on in my mind. And I'll keep you guys updated about where my film gets to show over the next year. And I'm excited to bring you along on the process. So thank you so much for watching.